that was an adventure.
Hello. And welcome to the Cup TV. Oh my gosh. Okay. Welcome to the Cup TV, part of the Cup Network, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and treat the tea because you know I love me some tea. And if you have some tea, you know what to do, hit me up. I'm just currently drinking on some water because hydration is important. And as you can see, I am not at home. I am away, but still away. But even though I'm away, I am not too far away from my cup mug.
I have mine.
Yes, God, some people always have to run and get them, but I keep mine close by, period.
I've been traveling all weekend and getting her signed, so,
I've been traveling all weekend as well, not getting her signed, but here she is. And you can get your cup mug at lanagscreations.etsy.com. The link will be in the description below. And we do ship domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And we do ship internationally. So there are no excuses. Get your cup mug.
Purr. And I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, I am drinking on some coffee out of my gorgeous San Diego Zoo mug because she's fun. She is fiery. This finale was fun and fiery. And yes, we've both been doing all the traveling this weekend. So, you know,
we're a day late. That's why we're a day late
to the party. We're a little late to the party, but we are here. It's over for now.
For now, question mark, period.
Not even question mark for now, no, because we got a reunion in a few weeks.
I was saying that because of how they ended it. They said the end, question mark. Duh. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. All I know is I'm just very excited to talk about Love Island. I'm really excited to talk about this finale and everything that was involved in it. We're going to talk about some after stuff because it's been some tea that has been spilled since the show has ended. So I don't mind being a day late because we got some fiery Love Island. I'm
happy that we have the little bit of like the after interviews too because I'm excited to talk about those for sure.
So we got some tea that we can spill on this episode too. So I'm very excited. But before we jump into it, you all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button here. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single of our episodes because we will be back for the reunion. You know we will be back to talk reunion talk after this reunion and on August the 19th. But you don't want to miss any of our other covers because we got Big Brother covers we're jumping right into. We got Survivor coming. We got Anonymous coming. We got all kinds of shows coming to this channel as well as our other channels. And you know what? You can find our links in the description below. Click all of our YouTube links, follow, subscribe, notification bell on all of our channels. We have 4 in total. So we would love for your support in all of them. You can also get our audio podcast links down there as well. So you can follow us and check us out on the go. And our Patreon link is down there as well. So you can get some exclusive content for across all 4 channels and early access content across all 4 channels as well. And some cute stuff that we got coming down the pipeline for you in our membership channel. So join our membership.
Maybe more Love Island.
Maybe more Love Island. Maybe. But we're going to have all of that coming down the pipeline for you very, very soon. So keep a watch and join our Patreon. We appreciate you. And Logan, let's get into Love Island because everything about this finale was everything.
And I want to say it's been a few episodes since I've been here. I did finally get to catch up. For those of you that didn't know, Lana was at a convention this weekend. I was also at DragCon LA this weekend. So, you know, catching up was a little bit difficult because we got a lot of stuff there. Make sure to keep your eyes on the main drag channel for all of that stuff. But I'm happy that I finally got to catch up on Love Island. And all I have to say is, Aaron, Kayla, and Rob, Cassie though. Cassie was great.
Cassie was great. But I mean, everybody knows.
Everybody knows how we feel about it.
Everybody knew that last week I told y'all that was the most satisfying thing was the gray out there pictures and send them package. So I was very happy about that. But
I also love, and I don't know whether this is a Love Island first, but it wouldn't unfortunately surprise me if it was. This might be the first season where every couple has at least one person of color in the final 4.
Oh, this is very much the first time this has happened.
This is the first time. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that, but I'm happy that it is because
every couple is a POC. Every single
person.
And every single person in that couple is a POC. And I was just like, oh,
period.
This was
it's
good.
It's what we deserve. It's what they deserve.
Absolutely.
And really, genuinely, when you look at this season, like these are, and I'm going to focus specifically on the women that we have in the final 4. These 4 women have been kind of the core of the show for a while. Specifically, of course, Janae, Serena, and Leah
have been, and Nicole has come in, and Nicole has come in and placed herself well, but she's not the core. But she really did. She did.
She's become an anchor of the season as well, alongside them.
Yes, she has definitely been somebody who is like good. You think about the show, she's somebody who you think about and have pleasant thoughts about, mostly.
Absolutely.
For the most part.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But yeah, I was really happy to see this would have been my final 4 as well.
Absolutely.
Obviously, because we were never the biggest fans of Aaron and Kaylor. I was never the biggest fan of Rob. Cassie, I'm happy she was here. I wish she had maybe gotten a little bit more time, but she'd already been there. So like whatever. So, but yeah, this finale was so good. We get all of the individual dates. We get all of the little moments, some words exchanged. Please, let's dive into it.
Let's dive into it because I want to talk about it because we found out on After Sun on Saturday that we knew what the dates were going to be because Ariana gave us a heads up in After Sun of who was going on which dates and what they were going to be. So we were kind of like from After Sun, like, oh, interesting. Yeah. Some people were a little divided and upset because some people were like, well, why is Nicole and Kendall and Leah and Michelle getting Leah and Miguel getting these dates of fun activities, doing things, and then Serena and Cordell and Janae and Kenny are getting these low key kind of dates. But then I was on the other side on it. I was like, no. I want them to get those low key dates because those are more intimate dates for me. Yes. And I was like, I really like the intimacy of the drive-in movie for Cordell and Serena, and then the words of affirmation. I think these fit them so well, and I think every date fit the person perfectly. Absolutely. I love because Kendall and Nicole in their relationship right now in that moment were just flying high. Like they are flying high, and then literally flying high. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It just made sense for them to have that parasailing date until their own private island where they had this was so beautiful and picture. Like y'all know I'm not a huge fan of Kendall. I like Nicole. I'm not a huge fan of Kendall, but I thought for them this was the most perfect date, and it was beautiful. I enjoyed watching. I did not skip. And y'all know I'm usually skipping over Nicole and Kendall stuff. I did not skip anything in this episode because I wanted to make sure that I was very much saw everything that happened. And I thought it was a beautiful date. I thought their date was beautiful. I wouldn't want to do it because parasailing. No,
I wouldn't have wanted to. I wouldn't have wanted to.
I'm not a parasailer.
To your point exactly, Lana, every single date fit exactly the energy of the couple and the journey that they had been on because, like you said, the flying high for Nicole and Kendall. I loved this ATV, just dinner date kind of situation that Leah and Miguel got. I thought that was so perfect with their energy and their relationship on this show has been very lighthearted and very fun and very adventurous. And I think that just like having that be a part of it.
Yep.
I also noted when on the After Sun they were talking about, you know, the discrepancies in the dates, and I do understand it, but from what I've watched of Love Island before and seeing the difference in the finale stuff this time, it really feels like the producers were very, very intentional with with who they paired with each one of these dates. Because like you said, each date felt like very, very special to that individual couple. Because I loved the drive-in movie for Serena and Cordell. I thought that was just like the absolute perfect way to cap off their experience, and we'll talk about it more. Given as soon as we saw that it was the drive-in movie date, I was like, oh, so Serena and Cordell are going to win. Cool.
No, that's not. Honestly, that's not true for me. That is, I didn't.
Okay, because I clocked that immediately. Not that date was better than any of the others, but the fact that they showed like the movie reel and they did that whole thing, that immediate energy was like, okay, maybe they're setting up that Serena and Cordell are actually going to win.
I felt different. Here's my thing. I kind of always knew Serena and Cordell were going to win this thing. It was just in my heart of hearts to say Serena and Cordell are going to win this thing because honestly, they deserve to win this thing.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, deserve. But I felt like them doing the movie date wasn't to say, oh, they won. It was to show them how impactful their journey has been on this show. And because it has been like I said this off camera before, a lot of people who never watched Love Island before or who wasn't watching this season started to go back and binge watch because they saw Serena and Cordell's fight on the dock and was like, what is this? What show is this? Oh, this seems so real. I want to know what this is about. And they went back. It's a lot of people who I've seen on TikTok and who I've seen on Twitter who's been like, I wasn't watching this season. And then mid-season, they saw clips and was like, okay, I got to go back and watch. And they went and binge watched 20-something episodes to get caught up into what was going on now. And then they were hooked. So I feel like having Serena and Cordell have this drive-in movie, number one, it felt relatable. Because that's what they wanted to portray Serena and Cordell as a relatable couple. Because in the real world, this is what we're doing on a regular date. We going to the movies. We'll go enjoy the movies and either drive-in or at the theater, but we're going on with my man to the movies and we hanging out, we eating popcorn and we watching a movie, a love story or some kind of movie. They wanted them to feel relatable, which check, you did that. You did that for Kendall and Nicole. They wanted us to feel the love that they felt. It was like they're flying high. They're on this amazing like journey and parasailing and doing this thing. And it was like, oh, this is so pretty. And then, but so still a little unattainable because we're not going on a private island on a regular date. Like we're not going private island.
Can I interject with a Nicole and Kendall little tidbit really quick while you're doing this? Because their journey this season has been really nice to watch. And then also coupling that with their journey in this episode even. Like they were given the narrative arc of this episode, which I really appreciate also given the fact that, you know, they did come in fourth. But I love that the narrative arc that they had where on the date, Kendall says, I'm falling in love with you. I love you.
I'm in love
with you. I'm in love. Yeah, the whole like I'm in love with you. Nicole not being able to say it in that moment, which is also, I will say, real. I agree with the unattainable nature of the actual date itself, but their relationship does feel very, very realistic and very relatable because of the way that Nicole reacted. And it was like she wasn't immediately going to say it back, but she knew that like it was something she wanted to get to. Mind you, it took her a day to get there, which, hey, I'm not mad at it. But, and then the way that they came back from the date and Nicole was really upset about everything and thought she had fucked things up. And then getting their, like, not reconciliation, but having another conversation about it, and Kendall just giving all of the reassurance to Nicole in that moment. And then to see at the very, very end when they're doing their speeches and then their calls that I love it. I know, but I just want to say, like, because I understand the unattainable, like, nature of the date itself, and I like that juxtaposed with the fact that this relationship does feel very relatable in a lot of ways. That's the point I was trying to make with that.
Yeah, but I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah.
I think I felt like that was the most real I personally felt with Nicole and Kendall this whole season. To be honest.
And from both of them too, like Kendall just getting very, very emotional about things. We really as soon as he coupled up with Nicole and they like got super serious, we started seeing more of the walls come down on Kendall. And it wasn't just goofy, fun guy. It was like genuinely caring about this woman. And it was really nice to see by the whole end of things the way that
your journey with Kendall and Nicole is so different from my journey.
I know it is. It's so wild to me.
It felt so, for me, I felt like their whole relationship has been so gamey. Like, I felt like Kendall is a gamer, and I felt he's been gaming this whole thing, and I still felt like he gamed the whole thing up until the end. I think him telling her he loved her was part of his strategy, but I also am not going to take away the fact that he might have honestly felt that way too. I think he felt, and I feel like her not saying it was part of her strategy, but I don't think she didn't take it away because that they didn't honestly feel these feelings. Both could be true. I think it was strategy, but I honestly think that's how they felt in the moment. I don't know if I feel like this couple is lasting outside of the villa. Me personally, I don't think they lasting, but I do feel like in that moment, he felt like he was in love with her. And in that moment, she felt like I kind of like him like that, but I can't say the words. I don't know if I can say the words.
Shit.
If it's not Love Island related, then
it is. No, it absolutely is. Apparently, Kendall had a private video of him.
I saw that. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about that because it's so ridiculous and stupid, and the person is gross for sharing something like that.
So I'm sending my love to Kendall in that regard.
Kendall deserves better than that. You don't have to like him.
I went on his Instagram to see like what he had posted. That's why I went on Instagram, and then to see all the comments about it. Oh God, sending all my love to Kendall. Truly, honestly, genuinely.
He honestly did not deserve that, and whoever shared that, when he shared
his ex, his fucking ex, it's like that's disgusting.
That is ridiculous, and she should be ashamed of herself. Like honestly,
she should.
She should. And
I hope he takes legal action. I really do.
Absolutely do. And she doesn't. The clout she thought she was gonna get, she ain't gonna get. Because everybody, even people who don't like Kendall, me personally, was not impressed with that. Like, nobody wants to see that. He does not deserve that. It doesn't matter what you felt about him in the past. He does not deserve that. And
no, not at all.
Nobody. So I hope she goes to jail for that. I don't care. Anyway, Kendall, we as much as I didn't support you on this show, I support you after that because that's not right. But anyway, back to Love Island. Yeah. I felt that it was strategic, but I don't think it wasn't real. That was the whole thing. You can be real and strategic at the same time. Like my fear, I don't know, but I do appreciate her not saying it back when she didn't feel it. Like I didn't really. That's a realistic thing because sometimes you feel like you were forced to say some things in a relationship when you don't really mean it, but you don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings.
I can relate to that very, very seriously currently.
Right.
I'll just say that right now. It's like I get it.
I think if anybody who's been in any relationship can relate to that. Everybody has felt like they don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, so they want to say stuff and we realize I didn't really mean that or whatever. Yeah. She stood her ground, and I appreciate that. But then, like you said, her going back to the villa, and him telling Kenny and Cordell, and they're like, "Oh, that's great," and she's like, "But he didn't say it back," and they were like, "Oh," but she did say she feels the same way, and Cordell kind of giving him that reassuring, like she did say that she felt the same way.
Another reason why Cordell is just
King Cordell. But he was like, just because she didn't say it back doesn't mean she don't feel it, and it could work. You just have to just keep the faith, keep moving forward how you feel, stay in it how you, and if anybody know that feeling, it is Cordell, because Cordell has been in that feeling that all season long with Serena, feeling things for her and her not reciprocating or not showing that she's reciprocating, but he still continued the course, never deviating from the plan, like, this is where I'm going. It was, so I thought that was beautiful. Then Nicole talking to the girls, and she's like, I feel like I ruined things. And they're like, no, you didn't. You just stood on your business. And they were like, and I think Janae gave her the same advice, like, where they're like, you can still be with him. You can still be happy and just get to that point. It's a growing point. But you just because you didn't say it right now doesn't mean it'll never get there. And I think if you reassure him, he'll be fine. What he did eventually, like you said, have that conversation, Nicole and Kendall, and he was very reassuring to her, like, no, you didn't ruin anything. Everything is fine. You don't have to say it right now. You say it on your time when you need to. Because I got there doesn't mean you have to be there with me. But when you get there, I'll be here. And she was just like, oh, you promised. Like, it was a beautiful moment. That was, for me, that was my favorite moment of watching Kendall and Nicole throughout this entire season, because it felt real. It felt like maybe they were actually, that was my realest moment for them, for me. And I love that. I want to be able to see the breakthrough for them. And that was it for me. Definitely. I was like, okay. But then we do get Liam and Miguel going on their date, ATM riding through the countryside of Fiji on these mountains. And we got the most picturesque views of Fiji from this date. Like, it was so beautiful. And then them riding, first of all, they so goofy together, and I love them. I love their funness and playfulness. Like, and then they go up the things and they see wild horses, and Leah just like, we all know Leah's love for animals, and she loved that.
It couldn't have been more perfect. I'm not gonna say it was a planted situation,
no,
but
it definitely was.
The way that it was just so organic, and I loved seeing it. And then hearing them talk as well, like, it was so sweet. And like, we've really seen, I think the person that has transformed the most on this journey, honestly, might be Miguel.
Yeah.
Like, really, from seeing him come in and like, I'm gonna say, fuckboy energy when he walked in.
Absolutely.
To now see,
he know better. He knew
to then see him transform into this person that genuinely cares for Leah. Like, that's just, I was so happy to see it. And I was so happy to see it for Leah too, because we've been on our ups and downs with Leah on this whole journey, but I really have grown to just truly appreciate her as well. And then, on a side note for Leah, seeing Leah, Janae, and Serena in the top 4 period was iconic. Seeing them be the top 3 of the season, also iconic. And then them having their little trio moment after Nicole and Kendall went on their date, and just like having their moment too. I was just like,
trust me, I was gonna get to that too, but yeah.
I love it. I love that.
PG is everything. I'm just saying. PPG is everything.
I love them.
But yeah, I think I agree with you. Seeing Miguel's transformation throughout this season was so nice to see. And like, seeing them on that date, and Leah surprising herself, she was like, I want you to come see my horses. Wait, I don't ever let people come see my horses. Like, why would I be so ready for you to come? Like, I really do think they like each other. I don't know the longevity of their relationship, but I do know that they really like each other. And I think they could last a good year. I think they could last 6 months.
At least. I hope. I hope
so. Me too. I just really like them together. I think they can bring out the goodness in each other. And I think maybe Leah could appreciate the non-toxic part of a relationship, because they are so easy with each other. Like, everything is easy. It's just like so organic, so natural for them. When they were on their picnic, and first of all, those views from that mountaintop. I would have wanted to take 8 million pictures up there.
I know.
And then, especially because Miguel is fine, so I would want to take 8 million more pictures with me and this man. Look how fine he is. Look who's with me. Look who's with me. Da, da, da. But those were just so beautiful. And their date was fun. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it. Leah looked spectacular in that turquoise blue outfit. That blue little mini skirt. It's
so good.
She was so good. It was so good. And so then the next date is Serena and Cordell's date. And they start their date by jumping into this old school car. And they drive off into their own little personal drive-in movie theater with everything set up for them, popcorn and all this pillows on the bed of the truck. And
it was so perfect.
It was perfection. And so they were talking about what movie they were going to watch, and they said love story, and they were like, "What if it's our love story?" And it was. And then it was. We got to see clips of their relationship, how it started, from the
good and the bad, and everything in between,
which I love. This is because that's truly a love story. Like, some people were like, why would they make them relive that bad moment? Because that was part of the story. And every part of the story makes for who they are now. So I didn't mind that. But from the moment they walked in and they both had on that neon green and looking spectacular, and the first conversations and all the things, I was swooning. I was like,
so good.
And Serena was crying, and Cordell was like being her rock and supportive. It was so lovely to watch. And then after the movie ended, the fire dancers. What? So they go stand in the middle of the heart, and the fire dancers are all around them.
I cried. Like,
They had one of the best picture moments that they took, where it looked like their silhouette, and then the fire behind them exploded. It was the best picture ever. It was so good. I loved their dates so much.
Me too.
It was perfection. It was perfection. And then we moved to Janae and Kenny's date, where Janae, of course, Janae is go do one thing and one thing only, baby. When she is trying to impress her man, she is gonna put on her best red outfit, honey.
I
Live. I love Janae so much, but she comes down in her beautiful red, long, slinky gown. It's beautiful. Kenny, of course, again, speechless, lost for words, cannot speak.
I wouldn't be able to either, honestly.
Honestly, me either. They come down. They go into their. Now, my only gripe with this date, I don't think they left the villa.
Janae and Kenny?
Yeah.
No, I actually think it was in the hideaway.
In the hideaway. They just transformed the hideaway. And I was like, why they can't leave the villa?
Right.
Everybody else left the villa. But all right.
Well, I'm not 100% mad at it because of the way that the date ended up going. And I'm not. And we heard Janae talking about words of affirmation the whole season, and that being her thing. So then to get their final date being all of these words of affirmation from their loved ones, and just
that's why I feel like this was handpicked for each couple.
The way it was, this one and then the Serena and Cordell date were really the ones that I was like, nah, these were handpicked for them, because and the way that they were just so sweet with each other, and hearing from all of their families, and then getting the letters from both of their moms was just so. And then I love Janae being like, you dance bachata? Work!
Merengue.
And bachata.
Yeah, I know. But she's like, you dance merengue?
Okay. All right.
I love that. It was when they walked up and they saw all the things hanging from the trees. This is what I knew they needed. I knew for Janae, she knew where her heart was, but she needed that reassurance to be like, my family's okay with this. And I think for Kenny, he needed that too. He really needed that because
especially because they didn't get the family time.
Yeah. And I feel like Kenny was very much like, I know what I'm feeling, but I'm not sure if this is right. Especially when you're so young and you know what you want, because Kenny walked into that villa knowing what he wanted. He wanted a mature woman who was stable, who knew what she wanted, who was ambitious, and would go after what she wanted. He knew what he wanted. He was ready. Kenny came in and said, I'm ready to settle down. But sometimes we say that, but we don't realize what that means until we get in that moment like, oh, this is the person I really want to do this with. And so I feel like he was, feeling it, but kind of just like, as introverted as he is, trying to process it all. And a lot of people took him processing it as he don't really feel Janae, or everything she's doing is putting him off. I always felt like he really liked her, and he was just trying to figure it out, because I'm introverted myself. I'm like that introverted, extroverted person. Like, I like being around people, but once my social battery is done, I'm done. And I would rather be by myself more than I would rather be with
I know the feeling.
Right. I don't mind people and I'll be around people, but if it was a choice that I could make to be around people or be by myself, I'm always picking being by myself. Always.
100%. Yeah. I definitely agree with that for sure.
And so I think that's where Kenny is. He's like, I can be around people. I'm really much like to be by myself, or with that one person, And
when he was like, I want just like the person to make get home from the 9 to 5 and have my person and make breakfast together. I'm just like, yeah, Kenny. Oh, I love them so much.
I would never say Kenny the same way again. If I ever meet somebody named Kenny, they would be like, Kenny.
And regardless of the way things ended up turning out with the voting and who won and everything like that, I'm still very, very happy that I will say I voted for Janae and Kenny.
I did too.
Because I
voted for both actually.
Yeah. I only had one device to vote on, so I had to strategically strategize my vote. And I'm very happy that I voted for Janae and Kenny, because really it was a difficult choice. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it was a difficult choice.
Absolutely.
It was mostly between, of course, Janae and Kenny, Serena and Cordell. But for me, what it came down to was who did I get the most entertainment from this season? Who did I get the most fun from this season? Who did I think had a transformative journey? And for me, in a lot of ways, it's specifically Janae, but Janae with Kenny as well. Janae just is one of my favorite reality TV people I've seen in a hot minute. Mm-hmm. And to see her whole journey from not getting picked to finally bringing in Kenny into the villa, to finally getting that connection, and for them to be where they're at now, I was like, I just had to throw my support behind them. And of course, I like all of these couples, so it was it was a difficult choice, but I am still really, really happy and 100% justifying my vote for Janae.
Absolutely. I think I did have my two devices that I voted on, and
I was like, I only have one, so
I did vote for Janae and Kenny, and I did vote for Serena and Cordell because they were my people, and I'm like, I love. But for back to Janae and Kenny, I felt like they felt like they didn't get to talk to people and talk to their folks to know, how they were, if the decisions they were making were they right, Janae seeing her brother say that he likes Kenny and he's very well-rounded and somebody who he thinks mom would approve of, she loved. Seeing Kenny's dad say that he likes Janae and can't wait to meet her. And I think it was one of Kenny's friends that can they come to the wedding? And when is the wedding? Can they come? And then seeing Janae's dad talk about how he loves her and how he is very happy with Kenny, how he is conducting himself and how he treats her. I think that was the moment for Janae. She was like, whoa. Because she said she didn't even tell her dad she was doing Love Island.
Right.
So
I was like,
know.
Okay.
And so she was like, I didn't even know he was watching, and, I didn't know. But to see he is watching and he's happy and he's okay with this was really, excuse me, a moment for her. Thank you. That she loved. And, but then when they went and they started dancing, they had the guitars, just the one guitarist playing. And it was so good. So they started dancing and Kenny was like, my heart is racing right now. And she's like, you have nothing to be nervous about. It's just me. Like, yeah, that's how much I watched the show. That's how many times I watched this episode. I watched the finale like 4 times because I was it was that good to me. And so I know what everybody said and what everybody's words were and how they put it because I watched it so many times. But he was just like, this night feels so special. And it was just so beautiful. And like, even when they went in the beach hut before they left, and he was like, this is going to be great. She's like, oh, it was going to always be great no matter what the date is because it's me and you. And I was just like, oh, this is so sweet. Okay, I'm not crying again. And so then when they got back to the table and got the letters from their moms, and I loved how producers set this up where she would read his letter to him from his mom, and he read her letter to her from her mom. I was like, oh. And so she can read for a fact that Kenny's mom, which she was worried about, actually does like her, thinks she's pure and genuine, and thinks she's beautiful, and all the things that she sees, that he sees in her, his mom sees. And so I love that. And when Kenny told her, oh my God, she sees how I feel. And I was like, oh, it's so good.
I'm crying. I love them so much. I just words cannot describe how much I'm truly also, Lana, I'm so fucking happy we decided to do this season because just like the amount of joy I have received, the joy, the tears, the whole damn situation, the anger, all of it that we felt on this season is so good.
So good. I loved every second of this. This season was so great to watch. I love that we got to do that and enjoy that. And it was so good. It was so good. I loved it. I can't. And then Janae's mom was just like giving her the reassurance, telling her what God has for her is for her. If Mr. Handsome Kenny, she called him, and it was just, y'all, I can't. I just thought this was so good. I thought this was amazing. And they kind of ate with this whole situation. They kind of ate with this.
So good. I love them. But
love them. But
then we
go back, and everybody's debriefs after their date. So I won't talk about everybody's debrief, but everybody debriefs after their date. And everybody was loving everybody's date. It was great. So then the next night, we go. Okay, here's a moment for me that I love. So they were all down, getting ready for bed. They're like, the last night in the villa. This is so good.
Yeah.
And the girls was like, our last night here. They hugged it out. Janae goes downstairs and she walks in. She's the first girl to walk into the bedroom. And they're like, Janae. And so she's looking, because Kenny is on her side of the bed. So she's like, what? You want to sleep on this side of the bed? He was like, no, I just want you to lay on top of me. She's like, no, I just want you to lay on top of me. I was like,
yes.
And was such a cute moment. She jumped in the bed and she told Kenny, mind your business. Don't look. Mind your business. So,
mind your business.
Kendall, she told Kendall, like, don't look at me, mind your business. I was like, okay, Kenny, you smooth. I see you.
Come on now.
You, Kenny, you smooth with it. Mm-hmm. That's how you get your girl on top of you at night. You just you sleep on my side of the bed. I'm like, oh, okay. Period. But everybody was sweet. And then they did their whole little thing of Cordell says goodnight to Serena. Serena says goodnight to Leah. Leah says goodnight to Miguel. Miguel says goodnight to Janae. Janae says goodnight to Kenny. And Kenny says goodnight to Nicole. And Nicole says goodnight to Kendall. And Kendall says goodnight, Villa. It was so cute.
I'm gonna miss these people.
I miss them so much. It was so cute. These cute moments are what is going to last me till to the reunion. It was just so good. And so then the next morning we wake up. The boys are downstairs cooking breakfast. The girls are upstairs getting ready. And
as always.
And then we get a text.
They got a text for the last time. A text.
The girls get the text and they're going on a girls' day, spa day, pampering day. And
I felt so bad for Kenny because all he wanted was that mud spa shit. I was like, okay, I love that it's a girls' day, but like, can we bring Kenny?
Kenny wanted a spa day too.
Can we just the girls and Kenny? Can we please?
So, future Janae, future date, you and Kenny need to go on a spa day because Kenny.
I hope they do.
I could definitely see them being on spa days together a lot, doing some mud baths and some, because even in the room that same night, Janae would put on her eye mask thingy, those gold eye masks under the eye thing. She put them on Kenny, and he was like, "Yes." I'm just like. Kenny is like, look, I want to look good. I want my skin to look good too. I want to feel good. I like spa days. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I think a man who likes spa days is like, yes.
I love it.
Love it. But so the girls get to go. So they tell the boys that they're going out on spa day. They're like, wait, we're cooking breakfast right now. Yeah. We was cooking y'all some breakfast. And they were like, eat it yourself. We on our way to a spa day. Girls go have spa days. And while they're on their spa days, they all have chance to write their speeches for tonight. So the boys are writing their speeches back at the villa, and the girls are writing their speeches at the spa day. We have a funny moment because they're working and they're writing, and Miguel is like, Kenny, how are you on your second page already? And he was like, oh, I'm just writing down all the stuff that I miss, that I love, that I like about Janae, things that I missed about Janae. Because like my stuff, he was like, mine is coming like after Casa, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I missed her laugh. I missed how she caresses me at night. I remember, and they were like, oh, Kenny is going to kill this. Can Kenny go last? Like last. Like, I don't want to follow Kenny. Nobody wants to follow Kenny. And so Kenny's laughing. So then Miguel is talking about what he plans on doing and how his was going to be like a thank you letter to Leah, and how he talks about her animals, that their first moment on the dock, we talked about all the animals that they talked about, and he names her horses, and then he was like, I only remember one of the pigs' names, and like he was going through the dog's blue, like I was like, oh, Miguel, you do remember all this stuff about Leah, these facts. Like
I love
that. I love that. I was like, Miguel is, and so Cordell was going about the stuff that he likes. So then they go to Kendall, and they were like, Kendall was like, yeah, I wrote so far, dear Nicole, comma. And they were like, and so he was like, I just can't think of the words that I want to say. And it was Miguel who brought it out of what he should say. Was like, just think about the first moment you met her. Think about your first date. Think about the things that make you smile about her. And in that moment, I was like, Kendall, you can't think of nothing to write about Nicole? Nothing? What is happening? I don't know. That kind of, I don't know how that made me feel about it. But I was kind of like, a little like shocked that words couldn't flow about
just like
you're in love with.
And I definitely understand that because there's a scenario, like there are some people that are just a lot better with their words, and then writing things down is not always the easiest thing. And I'm kind of the same way, where like I would rather just say how I'm feeling instead of, writing things down, because it tends to be a little like, okay, I don't want to like fuck up the words that I'm saying, but if I'm saying things and I'm just like very, very like, no, like it's not that there's no filter, but like I'm a lot better at communicating, like just saying shit. So I probably would have like not written anything down and just gone off the cuff. If I'm being honest with you, that's probably what I would have done. So
I'm just total opposite. Like if I go off the cuff, sure I can go off the cuff and make it something, but I know I will forget things. Writing things down helps me remember all the points that I want to make. It's like, okay, this is what I need to do. So I would be writing like, okay, even if I don't write out a full speech, I will write out bullet points. Like, make sure you talk about this. Make sure you talk about this. Make sure you talk about this. And it's like, okay, but but of course, everybody ended up writing a speech. So we get to the final part of this date, of the day, rather. And it's so good. We get the dress reveals from the girls. I just have literally, oh no. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh no, there we go. There we go. You good.
Oh, I was say, okay. So there we go. There's everybody, all the couples looking fantabulous. And Logan, I feel like it wouldn't be us if we didn't talk about the looks, because that's what we do. We talk about looks on these channels here that we like to do.
We do.
But let's start. So Janae comes out first. First we see all the guys come out together, and I will just say these men looked amazing. Good. All of them look
very, so good. Very, very good.
And I was like very pleased. And like, wow. Wow.
Yeah. I'm happy that not all of them are in black tuxes.
Yes.
Because I'm like, let's be honest and genuine. Miguel, Kendall, y'all look good, but y'all wearing the same outfit.
No, Miguel
down to the damn bow tie. Oh, is it purple?
Purple. Miguel's is purple.
Okay, hey, I'll take that then. I'll take velvet. That then.
Because at first I thought that too. I was like, not them wearing both black. But then I was like,
no, now that I'm looking at it a little bit closer. No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Miguel is purple velvet. So I was like, oh,
okay, we'll take that.
Good.
We'll take that.
That's what I loved. And I was like, oh, that looks beautiful. I loved it. But then the first person came out was Janae in her white silky gown with this high slit, looking like she's finna get married.
Looking like mother.
Both Kenny and Janae look like they're about to get married. Like this is their.
I love that they coordinate in this way too. Like that just makes me really happy.
It was so good. They look good. I think Serena said looking to Janae like looking like a tall glass of milk. Just that white on that skin. And
I love that both of our black couples are the only ones that are actually coordinating colors. And like that feels correct. I gotta be honest. I love it.
We do that. We do love a coordinator.
Yeah. We love to see it. We love to see it, honestly.
Black people, we do love to coordinate colors and looks and outfits. Like, we ain't going out together. We gonna look like we together because I want everybody to know.
Even though Serena and Cordell are wearing slightly different shades of pink, but I'll allow it.
Slightly, but I mean, it's okay.
It's not too... Well, it's just like Serena's wearing... And Serena looks gore. I love all the cutouts on his dress, too.
Yes.
Serena's wearing this, like, warmer pink, and Cordell's wearing a little bit of a cooler pink, which I actually think works for both of them, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, just color theory wise, not to get into the color theory of it all, but that does tend to be like the discrepancy between men and women, is that women will wear like warmer shades of certain colors. Men will typically wear cooler shades of the same color. Because even if you look at Janae and Kenny, even Janae is wearing a bit of a warmer white.
Yes.
And Kenny's blazer is still a little bit of a cooler white, which I really, really like.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me get my art history bullshit in here and color theory and all that kind of shit. But I love seeing it. And I love talking about it. So
I love it. But yeah, going to Serena in her pink. I love the cutouts of this. I love the way it fits her. When she walked out, I was like, you better go. It was so good, and it just looked. So, I love the reactions of all the guys when they saw the girls. Like it looked like they act like they never seen them before. It was like, oh my gosh! Like Kenny was speechless. Cordell almost lost his mind, and Miguel when then Nicole came out after that. And I really like this dress on Nicole. I like her cutouts as well. I like that her cutouts are different from like Serena's cutout. It's up here, and Serena's is down at the waist.
And then even with the little bit of the asymmetrical situation that Leah has going on too, just having the neck strap and then coming around to the side, having that asymmetrical moment. Simple, but just still so gorgeous as well. I think objectively speaking, I think my favorite dress actually might be Nicole's, just because I really like the color. I like the color on her. And all of them look gorgeous. Let me make that very, very clear. But I like the construction of this dress a little bit. And the color looks gorgeous on Nicole. So
I think if I was picking my favorite dress, it would be Serena's dress.
Fair. Yeah, that's my second favorite for sure.
I think Serena's dress and then Janae's dress for me. I like Nicole's dress. But also, let's not sleep on Leah's dress because
Leah looks absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning. Leah's dress is simple in the front, but party in the back because that very low back fits her shape so perfectly because Leah has those pear-shaped hips Leah, I was like, okay, Leah, you do got a dunk, and I get to understand what everybody's talking about, but it's very much like slim in the hip, in the waist, but then jut out at the hip, and that dress looked phenomenal on her. It was beautiful. They all look beautiful. I was like, this is a group, a great looking group of people, and they looked amazing. So we did hear the speeches, and Serena and Cordell went first. And they were so cute. They were stinking cute. Cordell was very heartfelt, and he remembered like she was the first person when he introduced himself to go, hey Cordell. And so he was like, even though all the things that we've been through, we made it to this point. Slow and steady wins the race. We are here because we fought for each other. We fought with each other. We fought for each other. And it was just such a beautiful, beautiful speech. I was like, I'm so happy Cordell was able to express himself with confidence, with maturity, with clarity. Like it was very clear. Like he wasn't mumbling his words. I think Leah telling him stop to mumble. He didn't mumble. So he just spoke from the heart. And Serena was very like, oh, this is so sweet. So she was like, I can't go after that. Right. But she started her speech with, hey Cordell. And I'm like, oh, this is what is so cute because they're so relatable. I know couples like them. Like I've seen couples who are so goofy and so fun, but they love each other too so hard, and then they get into arguments. And sometimes it's a bad fight, but they always find their way back to each other. I love that about them, and that's why I think they are so relatable and so good. And it was just a good speech. Serena just expressed how she felt and how she tried to run, but he cracked her. He got her. You got me, she said. And I was just like, oh, it was so sweet. But they were sweet. And then up next was Janae and Kenny. Kenny. And so Kenny goes, and pretty much for me, I felt like Kenny's speech was good, but it was more like it was almost like his speech that he gave at the fire pit. It was just like a little bit more details about, but it was the same speech, but a little bit more details about how he felt coming from Casa. And and how that was his lowest moment, seeing Janae crying, and how he felt like he knew in that moment that he was going to spend the rest of his time making sure she knew how much he cared about her. And I just felt like that was so sweet. I felt his speech was sweet. It was good. It was, very much more detailed. But Janae, she got me. She got me. She got me to the point where I was in tears because her speech was very much like, Kenny, you don't know how much I appreciate you, how much, it's been a journey for me in here, but you came in and gave me all the things I wanted, And then she did have her speech, and then she did the rest of her speech in Spanish for him.
Loved it.
Because honestly, when you are with someone who their native tongue is something else, and you take the time to show them that not only you care about them enough to learn their language, but you're able enough to speak it confidently for them so they can have conversation. Like, it was, I think in that moment when she started,
I'm trying not to cry again, like Jesus.
The look on his face when she started speaking Spanish, I was like, in that moment, I said, that's when that man fell in love with that woman.
Yep.
That is when that man fell in love with that woman. He knew he was falling, but I think in that moment he was like, yep, that locked it in, because she cares that much enough about me to not just learn the language that I speak and my family speaks, but she didn't have to do that, and she did it anyway, just unprompted, just because she cares about me. And I think in that moment, Kenny was like, oh, yep, this is the one I want to be with.
Yeah.
Like, he knew he wanted to be with her, but I think that was just the reassurance, like, lock it up, da-da-da.
Yeah.
So that was so sweet of a moment. So sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I talked a lot. I'm going to make sure if you want to say something.
I'm over here just trying not to cry because I love the whole bit in Spanish. Just got me together. Like, ooh. But no, let's move. Let's move so I don't cry.
But please, like, that fan is not going to go away because Miguel. Miguel. He was the most surprising to me.
Like we said, this man's transformation has been astronomical on this season, and just the way that he was so able to just so eloquently express exactly how he felt. Like, I feel like he is the kind of person where writing things down for him and being able to convey things in that way is just a lot better way to do it.
I just did not. I could not, like, I was so surprised and loving, and in the best way possible. He made me cry, and I was like, oh my God, Miguel. He was so sweet, so kind. He just knew who he was talking about. And it was so great. It was just the best speech for me from him. And I loved every second of it. He was and you gotta look like that on top of that. How dare you? How dare you?
I thought Leah's was lovely too.
Leah's was funny to me when she said, did you think I would fall for a guy who would come in and kiss all of my friends?
Literally.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah.
Because I like a little toxicity in my life. So
I can't with her.
But she did turn it around and make it so sweet and really, they were both.
It was so perfectly Leah, because all we've gotten from her this season is the funny. But I'm glad that we really, really got that serious moment where she was like, no, this is how I'm feeling. And like,
yeah,
I thought it was good.
I felt in the last few episodes of Leah, we got to see Leah's transformation. Like, as much as everybody was trying to push the Rob on her, she was like, no, I'm very happy with Miguel. No, Miguel is it. If I had to pick him, I would pick him. If I had a choice to choose between Miguel and Rob, I would always choose Miguel. So I'm like, I love that about them. I love that about her. And I love that the nature of their relationship is so easy. I hope it continues to be easy for them. And then we had Nicole and Kendall. And I thought their speeches were sweet. I did think they were sweet. And Kendall expressing that he says these words because he means them. He doesn't regret saying them. He won't take it back. But he was like, I am in love with you. And so he's like, but you don't have to say it when you say it on your time. It can be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be a year, it could be never. But you said, I was like, oh, that's very sweet.
It was so beyond sweet. And then to see Nicole just absolutely just fall apart in the best way while she was doing her speech. And then to close it with, I'm falling in love with you. I was just like, I'm so happy for them. I really am. I do. As much as there was a lot of gaming, I think, from Kendall, I think the one thing is like seeing his genuine reaction when she said she was falling in love with him. That for me was like, okay, no, it's real. Like, this is, I saw it personally. I don't know if anybody else will, but I saw it, and I think they could work, and I would like to see them work.
See, here's the thing. Like I said, both could be true. I don't think his feelings for Nicole was strategy. I think his feelings and her feelings for him are not strategic. I think the way they went about playing the game was strategy. Him and Casa, totally strategy. Totally strategy. Like, all of that nonsense was all strategic and all of that. But I don't think the relationship and the feelings that they had for each other was strategic. I think that was real. And I want to make sure people are clear about that. I don't think that his feelings or her feelings for each other was part of the strategy. You can't strategize love. You just can't. It happens or it doesn't. But I think how he played the game, and even coming out to know the exact time to tell her, because he knew a while ago how he was feeling about her, but he wanted to wait to the perfect time for people to see that he fell in love with her. But I don't think he underestimated when America was actually going to vote. Because if he would have told Nicole he loved her a little bit earlier before the final date, then people would have saw that and they voted for him like, oh, I think that's so real, and maybe voted for him. They waited too late. That was his flaw in this plan. But I think their feelings for each other are real. And, you know, honestly, I don't wish ill on anybody. I hope all of them make it. Honestly, I hope they all make it, because I feel like all of their connections are genuine and pure. I hope we don't see any of them at Love Island games because they're looking for love.
Right.
You know, I don't want to see them for that, if that's the case. But I do think if anybody is going to be at Love Island games, it is Nicole or Miguel, Leah, or Kendall.
Or Liv.
What I'm talking about?
I know, but Liv.
She's already available and ready to go back to Love Island games. I'm talking about these 4 couples. So stop throwing Liv in where Liv isn't needed.
Liv.
Stop it. Anyway.
No.
Anyway. But yeah, I do think things. But we do. Yeah. So they do their speeches. Everything's great. Ariana comes in looking
Gorgina.
I should have pulled a picture of Ari. Dang it.
I thought you would have. I'm disappointed that you didn't, but I love her.
She looked you know what? I'm gonna do a collage when we come back for the reunion. I'm just
please. Oh my god, yes!
All of Ariana's looks throughout.
Yes, I live. Yeah. I love that. I think that's a great idea, actually.
Yeah, I'll do that when we do the reunion episode because we go pay tribute to Ariana and her amazing.
Yes, please.
But yeah, she comes.
Can we also pay tribute to Maura Higgins as well?
We can. We'll do her after sun looks as well. We'll do
her one
hosting look. Absolutely,
she was there for a hosting. Yeah,
phenomenal too. So yeah, we would do more a shout out to Maura and Ariana and all of that. Maybe even Sally. Sally was there every week too. So
oh yes, we have to do Sally. Oh, I love it. Shout out to Sally. We love Sally.
We do. But so we do get our results, and we find out in 4th place was Nicole and Kendall.
I don't think that was a surprise to anybody. I'm gonna be real.
It was a surprise to nobody but them.
Yeah.
Because they honestly thought they were winning this thing. Kendall really thought they were winning. But yeah, nobody in America who was watching knew that this was we were like, as long as they are fourth place, everything else is all good.
We knew PPG was going to be the top 3. We just didn't know what order they would be in.
Right. Which order? And my favorite part, after Nicole and Kendall left down that stage, and Ariana said, and then coming in third place, and Leah said, PPG back on top. And her, Serena, and Janae was like, oop. PPG back on top. Her. I love them.
I love them so much. I need a podcast. I need a PPG podcast, please.
I need a PPG podcast. Oh my God. Please give me a PPG podcast. But then coming in third place was Janae and Kenny, and I was not happy about that. I'm gonna be honest.
I was a little
disappointed.
I was a little goop gagged and betriveled. I'm not even gonna lie with you. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Stands are out there, and she has a lot of them.
The Miguel stands are out there too. That's the thing. It's like
it was. No, let's be honest.
Well,
Leah, I'm going to tell you why, and because maybe you don't know this tea.
Oh, I don't.
Leah's stands are rampant, and Leah went from maybe 25,000. 25K people on Instagram to 1 million. She is at 1 million people on Instagram.
Whoa.
So it was.
Good for her.
Here's the thing. All of the PPG has taken a huge jump. Serena is over 500K now. Janae is over 300K now. I think she's at 400K. And I think everybody's like, we got to get the PPG up to 1 million too. Like, we can't let Leah just get 1 million. And
let me go make sure that while we are here, let me go make sure that I am following.
I'm about to say follow Janae and Kenny.
Serena is now up to 792K.
Yep. Period.
Janae, I think I already followed Janae. Janae's at 673. So we'll take it. We'll take it. I am thrilled with that. So deserved. Yes, God.
So yeah, the Leah stands came out and did their thing. They did their big one. Then
in that case, I understand it. I won't make the comment that I'm gonna make next because but I want to say I'm so happy for Janae and Kennedy. I'm so happy that they got their connection. Period.
Yes.
I would have liked to see them win. I will say that much. But I think the other thing that it might have that might have shifted some things is I honestly think, and I'm one of these people, so I feel like I might have been part of the problem, but people might have been really, really conflicted between voting for Serena Cortell and voting for Janae and Kenny. Mm-hmm. And I knew that one of them was probably going to take a hit in that. I'm not surprised that it is Janae and Kenny, but I love these two so dearly, and I'm happy that they weren't fourth, and we will take that gladly.
Here's the thing. We knew PPG was going to be 1, 2, and 3. We didn't know the order, but honestly, at some point it got to, we don't really care about the order because PPG is going to be everything. It's always we just go love Serena, Leah, and Janae. Period, mm-hmm. Point blank. I think Leah has a lot of more of the following behind her, but I feel like the people who really love Janae loves Janae. And like, Janae is going to be fine. And I do think, honestly, Janae and Kenny are going to last a lot longer than a lot of people tried to give them credit for. And I'm very excited for them because some tea after tea when it comes to Janae and Kenny. Everybody who wanted to talk about how Janae and Kenny are fake, their relationship isn't going to last, they're not real, he doesn't really like her that much, she really doesn't like him that much. Coy, I'm talking to you while you jumping on TikTok talking about some
who?
Yeah. Who? Let me look for those who don't remember. Let me remind you of the Coy.
Yes, please. I would love because I don't know him.
Yeah, I know we don't know him, and a lot of people. But if you don't know him, let me remind you, he was the first guy that Janae ended up with, who she dumped from the island.
Oh yeah, because he disrespected her.
And didn't talk to her. The one who
that one.
Who relied on his 6'8" chocolate skin, thinking that was going to be enough to make somebody want to stay with him. But he didn't want to bring no conversation to the relationship. He didn't want to talk to her. He didn't want to do nothing. We
already given him too much airtime, so let's move.
You. And she talked about that she wouldn't talk to him outside of the villa I'm like, okay, maybe she wouldn't have, but that's what the villa is for. It brings together people who may not know each other, may not talk to each other on the outside world. And guess what? Realize, oh, you might not what I thought I was looking for, but you what I need. Period. And so, yeah, all y'all who's on there on Beyonce's internet. Oh my God, the rain! All on Beyonce's internet talking about how he don't really like her. She go scare him away with all her marriage talk and kids talking about his mom, blah blah blah. Well, let me just let y'all know, Kenny has put Janae on his Instagram as found love with Janae and says he don't plan on dating nobody running out from the island. So y'all was worried about Kitty, and Kitty was like, I don't know what y'all worried about because this is my person. This is my one. And Janae is already talking about flying to Dallas every weekend because she got free. She flies for free. So she will be flying to Dallas every weekend. And then he's coming out to Vegas because they already talked about going to the rodeo together and doing all of that stuff.
Is she in Vegas now?
She's in Vegas. That's what she.
Hey, that's not a bad flight.
Exactly.
That's probably what, like 3 hours, probably.
Maybe, probably.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And so she's gonna fly to Dallas. He's gonna come out to Vegas. She's gonna give him the red carpet because she got it like that in Vegas. She's big in Vegas, so she knows stuff. She knows people. Yeah. So she said they go out and do Vegas. They flying out to New York for the reunion. So they already got 3 dates planned. And he's from New York, so he go show her around New York.
Good.
Just saying, y'all need to mind your business.
Honestly, my goal now while I'm in Vegas, because I'll be in Vegas next month, my goal is to run into Janae. That's my goal. I would cry, scream, and throw up.
I know. Look, don't go on the weekend. She'll probably be in Dallas.
I am very much so there Sunday to Thursday, baby. So we are good.
Find Janae. That is mission. Let's go look for
mission. Janae. Find Janae. Janae, if you're watching, Janae, I will be in Vegas on certain dates. I'm not going to put that on the internet. Please, Janae. Thank you very much.
We would love to talk to you, Janae. Okay. I will be reaching out to talk to Janae. Anyway, but yeah, it's so good. So they got third, but they're happy, and that's all that matters to me. Coming in second place, and who was shocked and gooped and retributed to even be in
That's what I was going to say. The way that our second place couple, Leah and Miguel, were both kind of just like, how the hell would we? I love that reaction. It was so.
I know they.
They said they were going to be fourth. They thought they were going to be fourth. That's what Miguel was saying. He was like, I thought we were going to be fourth, let alone
Miguel
second.
Said, I didn't think we were going to be in the top 4.
Right, that part. Yeah. But honestly, I am so happy for them. Obviously, the Leah stands came out in spades, and I do love to see it because I do, like we said earlier in this episode, we've been on a journey with Miss Leah throughout this entire season, but I am so thrilled for her. Mm-hmm. I am so happy for her. I do really, really hope that they work out in a really good way because I do really they are the perfect combination. Oh, Lord Jesus, she's almost at 2 million.
Oh, I can see it.
She's at 1.7.
I can see it.
Damn, girl. All right. Now.
I will say this, for those who are just following Leah and not following Serena and Janae, I see your spirit. I just want.
And now I'm following Cordell. I'm making sure I follow all the people.
Oh, you got to follow the men too. Absolutely.
Yeah, Cordell's at almost 500K, which is good. We love to see that. So, what's Liv? Liv has more than Cordell. All right, interesting.
But no, the girls were girling.
Well, of course. My point is, I am so happy for them. I'm happy that they were it felt so genuine on both of their parts. They were like, "How the hell are we? We might win." They didn't, but we might win. Like, I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for them. But the right couple won. The correct couple won. Serena and Cordell.
Woo, Serena and Cordell.
You couldn't script a better story.
No.
They started. Cordell had to pick her as a second option. They took it so slow from the start. They had their Casa moment. They came back together like we knew they would. Like they knew they would. Yeah. And the way that Serena was so blown away by winning, I like everything she said after the fact, just talking about like just being grateful for everything. I love her so much. And I love him so much. And I'm so happy. Are they the first all-black couple to win Love Island USA, period? Yep,
they absolutely are the first all-black couple to win Love Island. So I was very happy.
Period.
It was so good. And then, so we get the moment where they find that they pick their envelopes. Serena picks the
We all knew what was going to happen.
Cordell picks the $100,000. And Cordell was like, duh. Like, there's no way I'm not splitting this money with my girl. Like, come on.
Could you imagine?
I honestly would have thought Cordell would be like, split the money? No. She get the whole $100,000 because I don't need it.
I'm fine with the split. I think the split is cute. I ain't mad at it, but
I ain't mad at it either. But like Cordell honestly probably don't need it. But I'm glad that he did. You know, he split it because I feel like she would have split it too. Like, there's no way she would have been like, I'm gonna take this whole $100K for myself. Even though I think he probably would have been like, fine if she did. Yeah. And we're like, okay, sure, take it. But that wouldn't have changed not one single thing about them. He was like, I want her to take it all because I don't need it. But they split it. It was lovely. It was great. They're amazing. I'm so happy for them. And all the stuff that we've seen post Love Island has been stupid, incredibly cute with them. They've had several interviews now, and they are just so dang cute together. Like
they are.
You can tell is how they feel is so genuine for each other.
Yeah.
And they first date, they want to go to the amusement park. They're like, we just want to go to the amusement park.
Of course.
They do. They so dang relatable. Like I could see a first date being an amusement park, and because why not?
Absolutely.
It's so dang relatable. And then they were saying that Cordell was like, I just knew from the moment I saw her that it was something special about her, and I didn't know what it was, but I just knew I wanted to be with this girl, and I was gonna fight for it because she was just that special. It was beautiful. It was such a beautiful moment. I love that for them.
Everything turned out this season the way that it was supposed to, with the absolute most correct winner winning this season.
Absolutely.
Now I'm going to ask, because we did talk about the Love Island games of it all. I'm excited for the reunion. We'll be here for the reunion. Thrilled for that. But I want to know, Lana, your top 3 choices to be on Love Island games from this cast.
My top 3 choices to be on Love Island games. Is that what you said?
Correct, yes.
All right. So, Liv.
But of course, yes, I agree.
Definitely should be on Love Island games.
Liv is my number 1 because I think she brings the drama, she brings the competitive nature, and I just think she would slay. I think she would slay.
Rob, as much as I hate to say it.
Yeah, no, I was going to say Rob as well, because I think
Rob is good drama.
Honestly, I would like to see Liv and Rob together to maybe see if they will have the opportunity finally.
I think if they both did it, they wouldn't be together. They would still kind of not.
I think they would if they were both OGs, I think they would couple up at the start as a friendship couple and see if things happen, but I think they would continue to be open. I think that's kind of where I maybe see things going. I had Rob on my list too, so I'm glad that,
And I would say, you know what? I would say Daniela.
Me too! For me, it's like I had Daniela. My very, very close fourth is I also would love to see more of Sierra. That's the other person that I was like. But I think Daniela, for the storyline she had this season with both Aaron and Rob, she is good drama. Whether she tries to be good drama or not, she is good drama. Mm-hmm. And I would like to see her get the opportunity to really find a connection in here. Mm-hmm. I think another person that wouldn't be in my top three, but I would be intrigued to see again is Andrea, actually. Because we got to see so little of her, but she made such an impact on this season that I wouldn't necessarily be 100% mad at seeing Andrea again. Yeah. But I absolutely agree. My choices would have been Liv, Rob, and Danielle.
Yeah, and only because I feel like I don't want to see Janae and Kenny or Serena and Cordell on Love Island Games.
I don't want to see any of these top four. I'm going to be honest. I don't want it. I want all of these top four couples to work. That's just me personally.
Right. I just want to work so they don't need Love Island anymore. So I just don't want them to have to do that. But yeah. But if I was going to pick anybody in the top four, I would love to see on Love Island Games. And so let's do that. If I was going to, I would want to see Nicole and Miguel.
Me too. Yeah. That would be my... That would be mine as well.
Because I feel like Nicole is so competitive and she would love
Oh my God, yeah.
She would love the game aspects of Love Island Games. And I think she'll slay it. I think she would slay it.
If there were enough actual like couples that were still together from Love Island, I would love for Love Island Games to shift that direction. Ooh. There's not enough of those couples.
There's not enough.
But I would love to be like, okay, no, or the twist of it all. Bring in established couples that are still together and see if they stay together.
I would love to see like a Love Island Love Island Games couple.
Yeah.
Like you said, like bring in the couples, even if it's internationally and like, because it's everybody anyway. So we can bring in the Whitneys and Lockins. We can bring in the who was just there on Love After Sun.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I do. Yep.
And bring in the Bergies and Taylor.
Oh my God, absolutely. Oh my God, yeah. Especially now that Bergie's been on Traders, like I feel like Bergie fits very perfectly into the Love Island Games universe. So
yeah, bring in Bergie and Taylor. Bring in Serena and Cordell and Janae and Kenny.
And even Nicole and Kendall. I think Nicole and Kendall would be a very competitive couple
together,
too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If they stay together,
I think so.
I think they would be a great couple to bring in.
Yeah.
We got the Cindy and Edgar over there from UK.
Yes. Yeah. No, absolutely.
So all the couples from UK, all the couples from Australia who are still together.
There's probably couples from the international version. Okay, here's what I will say as well. There is more Love Island than USA and UK, and I know that those are the two most popular ones.
I will say
bring in more of these. Australia. Bring in the Brazil, Australia. Bring in the Sweden. I love what's her name, Lisa from Sweden. She was cute. Not really, but she caused a lot of drama, so it was entertaining. But no, bring in France. Bring in all the fucking versions. Like I think that would be so fun to see everyone together.
Right. I would love to see the couples who made it go on and see what couple reigns supreme. And it'd be cute.
Yeah.
I would love that. Ooh, Love Island.
Love Island Games. Love Island Games. Y'all can have this one. Just fly us out to Fiji to do media, please. Thank you.
Period. I'm about to say if you do it,
we will be the exclusive interview hub for Love Island Game. I am happy to do so.
I will do it the whole time. Just keep me in Fiji the whole time. Absolutely.
Same.
Absolutely.
I will be there. So
I will be there.
But with that, Lana, our Love Island season 6 journey is done.
But we have a reunion to look forward to on August the 19th is when it drops. And honestly, I'm watching it that day. I could be ready to podcast it that day.
That night. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. No, I really thought when Ariana was like, well, I have some more news. I really thought it was going to be saying she got her renewal for season 7. That's what I was really hoping for. And then I was also hoping that it was like, we're getting the return of Love Island Games, which I was hoping for. I hope we could get both of those things.
We got the confirmation that we're getting the return of Love Island Games. We already got that. They confirmed that.
Oh no, we did. No, Maura gave us that. No, you're still right.
Us that. We got that confirmation.
Then a time frame for it would have been
a time would have been nice. But
I hope I will say as a closing, and I'm very excited for the reunion. We will be here talking about everything with the reunion. I'm so excited to do it. I also want to just close out by saying that I think if they do not renew Ariana Madix for this hosting gig, I have complete faith that they do, unless she is unable to do so.
Right, because she is going back to Broadway after this.
Yes, she's been flying back and forth between New York and Fiji this whole damn time. That's why we had Maura for a hot second hosting that one moment, because she was literally in New York doing Chicago. But I just think well, yeah, you know what I mean by that. Yes, doing the rehearsal. Yes, I just have to say I am so thrilled, and just Ariana Madix brought so much good energy into this season. We knew of her because of Dancing with the Stars, and we fell in love with her on Dancing with the Stars when we covered her season. Mm-hmm. She's who I wanted to win the whole damn thing. But I am so happy that she was here. You could tell that this entire thing meant so much to her. And when she got to announce the winners, like, her emotions were just so good. And then hearing all the girls being like, thank you for everything. Like, I think I liked Ariel Vandenberg as the host. I thought she was lovely. Sarah Hyland, I didn't watch the season she's hosted yet, but I'm interested to see how she does. I just think Ariana Madix is the absolute perfect person to host, and I hope they keep her. If she is able to do so, like we said from the start, it's very Arissa Cox hosting Big Brother Canada, rest in peace, BB Kim, for now. Where Ariana's a fan. She's a huge fan of this show. Mm-hmm. And for her to be a part of it, I love that. And I just wanted to give all of my love to Ariana, because she is that girl. She is that girl. She was a great host. And I hope we get to see more of her in the Love Island universe.
I do too. I think she was such a great, the perfect choice to do this. Like you said, she is a fan. She does love this. She's passionate about Love Island. So it showed every time she walked into that villa, every time she talked about it. In all the interviews that I've seen her do, her passion and love for the show and for the contestants on the show was so evident. Like, she was such a fan.
From day one. From day one.
She was like us. Like, she was definitely giving us, the voice of how we felt about everything that was going on in the episodes. And she was liking the people. She had favorites. She had people she ain't like so much. And she wasn't scared to say she didn't like what
right.
And I love that. I love that so much about her. She was just a really great host. And I would, if they don't re-sign her, I don't know what they're doing, because she is... Unless
she is physically unable to do so because of contract shit.
Right. But I don't feel like there is any reason you don't sign Ariana Madix for another hosting gig. She's just that good. She's just, like I said, she's that girl. She's that good.
She's that girl.
I love her. I enjoy her. We will have the reunion. One quick thing, some more little tea that happened that we found out from interviews after the show. And I meant to say this earlier. We found out that some people who, we thought were closer in this villa were not as close as they were. Janae could not stand Rob.
Gagged by that information.
Janae could not stand Rob. She's like, I can't stand him, because they were doing a host with the office chicks, the chicks in the office or whatever, and they asked about her friendship, because she was talking about her friendship with Aaron and how Aaron is such a genuine person. She I talk to Aaron every morning. Aaron was so genuine. He would make breakfast for all of us when when we were single. If you were single, he would make breakfast for you.
Right.
And he was just such a genuine person. She believes that he really does care about Kayla. He just messed up, and that he just needs to own everything that he's done, which she hopes he has at this point. And she was like, his feelings for Kayla were very genuine. The way he went about it was probably the wrong way to do it, but he is a genuine person. And so she was like, my relationship with Aaron, he's just really great. And so the interviewer asked her, well, we saw your friendship with Rob grow over the show. And she was like, huh. That was her response. Kenny fell out laughing, because Kenny apparently knows Janae can't stand Rob. So when she asked about the friendship and Janae said, ha, Kenny lost it. He was like, no, not the ha. And so she was like, I mean, they were like, okay, you laughed. Why are we laughing? She was like, I just want to know what they showed to make y'all feel like I have a friendship with Rob. Because she said, when me and Rob, we didn't really talk. And she said, the 2 times, like when Rob said she was talkative in that game, she was the most talkative. He was like, bro, we had 2 conversations this whole time. What are you talking about? Like, so we saw the one conversation when he pulled her for the chat. And then apparently they had another conversation when they were doing that whole thing. But she was like, we don't talk. She said, I don't know what y'all saw. Me and Rob passing each other in the hallway. What's up? What's up? So those are the only conversations her and Rob had. I was like, oh. So I was like, okay, spill the tea, mama. So I can't wait to this reunion to see how everybody is going to react to everything.
I'm so excited.
Because a lot of stuff has come out. We've heard some Kayla talking to somebody saying that they can't stand Leah and nobody's gonna care about Leah in 6 months.
Ooh,
and Kayla was like, yeah, Leah so. And it got all caught on Aaron's because Aaron went live to do an Ask Me Anything. And they heard her in the background talking to her friend. And so all of that happened. And
Messy boots.
It's going down. And so I can't wait to see how all of this plays out. But I don't know. We will have all of those reactions and conversations, and I can't wait for the reunion to happen. But that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up because I feel like we talked enough.
Right. So yeah, thank you for joining us for this season of Love Island. We're so thrilled to be back. We will be back for season 7. I can tell you that much right now. We will be back doing this season. So thank you so much for joining us for this whole journey. Let us know all your thoughts on the finale down in the comments below because we had a lot of thoughts. We know y'all have a lot of thoughts too. Let us know what you're most excited to see at the reunion because it's going to be good. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share on the way out. We thank you so much for your time here. Check the description below for all of our audio podcast links, our YouTube channels, where you can find us on Patreon as well as our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug as well. And with that being said, we're going to get out of here, y'all. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.